While State Mine Inspector Joe Hart says he is confident in his team, he tells me increasing the department's budget and staff would go a long way toward ensuring mine safety in the years ahead. Whenever moms need a nurse, they can enter this private room and lock it, changing the sign from vacant to in use. The City of Phoenix is dedicated to increase its tree coverage from 12% to 25% by the year 2030. Although the tags don't last longer than 3 weeks, that doesn't bother Atkins as long as it's a conversation starter. Now, mothers can nurse in public, but with privacy while at the airport. Scientists at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration say there is a 95% chance that there will be an El Nino pattern this year, and it's on track to be the strongest since 1997. After another California condor has died from lead poisoning, the Arizona Game and Fish Department has decided to provide non-lead ammunition at all regional game and fish offices. When you come to a shooting range, your target is paper, and cleaning up bullet fragments isn't a concern. But outdoors, it's a different story. Environmentalists say too often hunters leave animal carcasses with lead fragments behind, and that kills condors, which feed on the dead animals. Gun expert Jesse Hansen says that the lead-based ammo is in fact dangerous for wildlife.
I think the best solution is education, is teaching new hunters about the environment and about the effects of lead on the environment.
To help save the birds, the Arizona Game and Fish Department has expanded the condor recovery program in hopes to decrease lead poisoning in wildlife.
The problems with the non-lead ammunition is that it's not readily available in small town. And so we instituted a lead reduction program where we have hunters voluntarily using non-lead ammunition.
Regardless, Zufelt is certain that with time, this program will continue to grow.
As with any program, when it first starts, it's going to be slower, and so the word is getting out. People are coming and asking us for ammunition, which is great.
Hunters take care of the environment more than pretty much everybody else out there, because again, it's their passion, it's their hobby. If they don't keep it nice, it won't be there for them late in the future.
According to the Game and Fish, between 85 to 91% of hunters have voluntarily agreed to use non-toxic ammo in the Condor Core range. In the broadcast center, Eboni Johnson, Cronkite News.
I want Phoenix to one day be the greatest desert city in the world.
A high goal set by hopeful resident Will Novak. And with the help from the Salt River Project and Arizona Forward, the city of Phoenix is on the right track by reinventing the Grand Canal.
What really matters is to make your place awesome. The measure is that you want to shoot for is this a place you would ask your girlfriend to marry you at? If it is that beautiful, you've done well.
Carrie Wilcoxon with the City of Phoenix says the plan for this project is to make the canal more environmentally useful for residents in 2 steps.
First is to develop a multi-use path, an alternative bicycle and pedestrian route along the canal, or at least through central Phoenix. And the second plan, which is, we think, just as important, is to reintegrate the canals into the city life.
Phase 1 of the Grand Canalscape project will expand from 15th Avenue all the way to 16th Street by adding pedestrian lighting and paved roads with the hopes of making a more inviting place for people to be. Plans that are already in the design process and fully funded, with the majority of the money for Phase 1 coming from SRP.
According to the City of Phoenix, has a total budget of $4.9 million.
The main point of this project, however, is to receive as much resident input as possible.
For this project to work, we have to recognize that it's really not my project, and it's not the developer or the contractor's project. It's not even really the city's projects, it's the residents' projects.
I can imagine getting some tiles and having kids in their art classes paint the tiles and then putting the tiles on here and making a nice mural. They should be beautiful places. They used to be beautiful places, and we don't spend enough money on beauty, and it's an important thing.
Construction is scheduled to begin this summer. In Phoenix, Eboni Johnson, Cronkite News. Northern Arizona University is trading natural gas-fueled heat with a solar thermal technology. It's the first to be used on a university campus. It's called the Solar Thermal Hot Air Heating System, a long name for what creator Michael Corden calls a simple heating process.
Bring in air in the backside bottom. We bring it in through this special manifold we've designed to make the air flow evenly across the entire surface of this panel. It goes out through a similar design manifold and comes out the back.
The new technology is helping the Northern Arizona University Lumberjacks make their mark, honored by Arizona Forward as the most innovative school for energy and technology.
I want to be able to ride the momentum and continue doing awesome projects like this that really get NAU's name out there within the sustainability world.
Jessica Laser is the chair of Green Fund, the group that funded the solar heating project. The goal? To reduce the use of natural gases on campus.
Just by using solar energy, they offset our natural gas use and reduce our emissions by 3 metric tons of CO2 a year.
This wall-mounted 6-panel system stands 8 feet tall and 24 feet wide on the south side of this NAU warehouse, with the sole purpose to heat this building 6 months out of the year, reducing the university's carbon footprint. But the benefit may reach beyond the university. Cordan believes these thermal panels can help the public in a more efficient way.
We are very interested in preventing people from freezing to death in their homes. So if we can take this very effective solar technology to them with some assistance, we'd be just thrilled to do some good in our own backyard.
Solar Thermix hopes donations may eventually fund a plan to put these units on tribal lands to help the elderly keep warm in the colder high country winters. One panel costs about $1,000, but it can heat 1,000 square feet. That's why Cordan says this new technology will pay itself off in time. In the broadcast center, Eboni Johnson, Cronkite News. Due to cooler temperatures, the air quality in Arizona decreases, causing more pollution to stay at the surface, making it visible to sometimes see from high points such as this one at South Mountain. Most Arizonans look forward to the cooler winter air and scattered showers. But residents like ASU student Hattie Mayer with asthma find this time of the year the most challenging.
The cold weather kind of just, I don't know, it closes up your esophagus more frequently, so breathing is a lot harder when it's colder out. The colder it is, the harder it is.
All patients, whether they are healthy or otherwise, are affected by these pollutants. The issue with asthmatics and other respiratory patients is it exacerbates their disease. They have more difficulties than a normal patient.
Dr. James J. Lee with the Mayo Clinic says pollution in Arizona comes mainly from transportation.
Here in Phoenix, it's cars. It's the environmental degradation because of so many vehicles.
However, carbon monoxide that comes from most of the vehicles is not 100% avoidable. That's why Dr. Lee says the best thing to do is be prepared.
Clearly, the best thing patients can do before the winter season comes along, before they present with difficulties, go see their physicians. Get a plan.
Last year, as the temperatures dropped between the months of November through February, our days of moderate air quality increased. Maricopa County's air quality is currently in good condition, but if it's anything like last year, that will change. In Phoenix, Eboni Johnson, Cronkite News.